Hello, everyone. Welcome to, I'm trying to see who. Okay. Welcome to Global Challenge, Leadership Challenge. I have with me today, I have Dr. Eva. I have Dr. Tina Ramsay. Is that right?
Mhm.
And I have is it Kelly Elders. Is that right? And Coach Janine. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So glad to be here. Thank you.
So I was gonna recap on yesterday. We had Dr. Sandy, and we also had uh Dr. Tammy Francis, and we had uh we just had those two ladies and me, Coach Janine, and myself, and we had a good conversation on yesterday. So I will trying to see if Coach Janine gonna come in. I usually let her recap, but I guess I'll go. On yesterday we talked about making a plan and making it plain. Dr. Francis talked about that, making it a plan and making it plain, writing it down. And also we talked about doing vision boards and like, making putting it on the vision board and then decide, what you're trying to accomplish in 2024. Also we had talked about self-care and execution. We talked about a lot of things, but it was a good conversation for this is day 4. From the last 4 days, we had a good time. We had Nancy, Coach Nancy, and Dr. Sandy on that first day as well, and that was good. And then we had on our second day we had Dr. Wendy Alexander. Is that right? I think it's Dr. Wendy, and she talked about global leadership. We had a good time on that day as well. Coach Janine, would you like to say something?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Coach Tina. Welcome, everybody. Again, day 4. I mean, day 3. I think I'm already ahead of myself.
Day 4.
Day 3. So
Day
we
3.
thank God for this day. Thank you for all our guests. That I know they're very busy, but they really agreed to come again tonight to joining us. So I'm so very, very excited. Thank you, Dr. Tina, then Dr. Eva, and Pastor Kelly. I'm so excited that she's here, and I'm very excited. Now, yes, Coach Tina, you gave us a very good recap about what other servant leader been, talking about being intentional, being a servant leader, how you can be able to creating a plan as a self-care plan for you, for your family, for your business, and for your ministry. So that was very profound for me. That was a takeaway for me with Coach Nancy, and also Dr. Sandy was talking about being intentional. So I'm really thank God for that, because sometimes we just give as a servant leader, but sometimes we forget to stop and just to be able to sit there and have some pressure moments for yourself by me time. Many people, they don't do that. Many servant leaders don't do that, but that's something that you can be able to start in 2024, because we are talking about 10 things that you can be able to recommend to your team, to yourself, something that you can be able to implement in 2024. So that's what we really want you to take away. And I know tonight, our servant leader, our guest, they can be able to share again with us those 10 things and more about what they're bringing us as nugget in 2024. So I'm so excited to have them today, and be able to also start thinking about global. It also requires you to be able to delegate. That's one thing that I told myself that I will continue to do in 2024. It's delegate. As a servant leader, as a very good intentional leader, you need to be able to delegate and to be able to clear your plate so you can have time to sit with the Lord so he can be able to download everything that he has for you for 2024. So we really encourage you, if you haven't started that yet, start doing that for yourself, for your family, for your ministry, and also for the work that God has called you to do. So welcome again tonight. And we're going to be able to listen to our first guest tonight. Back to you, Coach Tina.
Yes, our first guest is Dr. Tina Ramsay. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you just want me to take the floor for a moment?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for having me. I'm Dr. J Ramsay, and I'm so happy to be amongst all of these servant leaders. And hopefully you can glean some inspiration and some motivation from the techniques, the tools, and the things that we wish we would have known before we embarked on this journey of servant leadership. And one thing, the consistency that is pretty much universal with all servant leaders is this is something that we didn't pick. This is something that we was called to do. And we just happen to be very good at it because it's our innate gift. And so today I'm going to share some things with you from my perspective that I learned, as well as some things that I feel that all servants leaders for 2024 need to either implement, think about, add on to their list, or whatever the case may be. So pull from this, glean from these 10 things and be able to pull what you know that you need to work on so that you can operate at your top ideal power of helping everyone in 2024. And so one thing for me, leadership, being a servant leader, you need to be adaptable. We are living in a fast moving and changing world. How it was 10 years ago or even 5 years ago is not the same now. So for all servant leaders, I think it's very, very important that you adapt to your current situation. So you need to adapt to the digital age. Many of us were like, I don't want to be on social media. I don't want to learn that computer processing. I don't want to listen. In order for you to be an effective leader for 2024 and beyond, we have to start adapting to these new processes, this technology. You have to start going on interviews on podcast shows. You need to start making your own digital imprint, because that is what's going to build your credibility, your influence, and allow you to continuously take your message beyond the borders of your network, outside of your network, so that you can make a positive impact in the lives globally. Another thing, being diverse, understanding the abilities of every type of group and individual, and how you can take your gifts, how you can take your skills and be able to help them move forward into whatever their purpose is. Because remember, we're here as servant leaders to help guide people to go into their purpose, not ours. We're just taking our gifts to help assist them. Okay. And then the next one, of course, we already talked about it. Mental health. Servant leaders, we give, but we don't take time to give to ourselves. So I have to work on that, because I'll give till I tire out, right? And then you burn out, and then you're not any benefit to anyone. So make sure you schedule time every single day. Did I say every day? Yes, I did. Every day, even if it's nothing but 20 minutes, give yourself that downtime. And let's see, what else? Continuous learning. I want you to make sure that you make time to learn new things. Don't be intimidated by this new tech. Reach out to people in your network that do know how to use the tech. There's a lot of free classes on Google and everything that you can take in order to help you be able to maximize your full potential for 2024. And then the next thing is, for me, is that we have to make sure as servant leaders, whatever you do, and then I'm gonna wrap this up, is that you have to have a marketing budget. As business owners, as servant leaders, we don't necessarily think about we need a marketing budget. What does that mean? That means that you need to have something set aside in order for you to maximize your time effectively. Okay, you cannot be all things to all people, and you cannot be in every place at one time. So using artificial intelligence, using systems, having systems in place to be able to speak for you when you're not able to speak, and hiring in delegation, like Coach Jenny said, that is going to help you be more effective. So you won't be spending time being the administrator, the secretary, the judge, and everything else, right? You can really focus on what you're gifted and what you're here to do, and which is to be there to help the people that you're here on this earth to help. And delegation and having partnerships with ones who may not have your skill base in a certain thing, but they have a skill that you need that you can't do effectively. So partnering with other nonprofits and business for profit or whomever can help fill that place will make your life a whole lot easier. And then you can still be able to make the best impact possible without burning yourself out, allowing yourself to have time, spending time with your family, and just enjoying what you do. Because as a servant leader, if you don't take time for yourself, if you don't do and start implementing and using these systems, you're going to start having the distaste in your mouth for what you know you're called to do, just simply because you're overstretched and overworked, okay? You want to have joy. You don't want to be overly stressed. So in 2024, you guys, this is our year to make the best impact ever, because we're going to be utilizing all these amazing suggestions from everyone that you heard on this, 3, 4, 5 day conference?
Yeah, yes.
All right. So I woke up. So now you woke up. And now we're going to have all of these other amazing people. So let me get my pen and paper. I come to learn. So get your pen and paper, because now I'm going to be the student. So thank you so much for having me and allowing me to speak first. Now I'm ready to learn.
Yes. Thank you. That was awesome. Dr. Eva?
Well, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. What a great place to be, and sharing some tips and tricks and advice on what to do and how to do that in 2024. And I just want to say is that every time that I come to these different podcasts and learn, or conferences and learn and meet other individuals, that education and that network is what really makes it. I have developed so many great friendships from many of those places and individuals that I can collaborate with. So to the list that Dr. Tina just said, I would say add your network, really cherish that network and really work through with it. I want to, so a little bit about myself. I am currently in corporate America, so I'm an executive, and I have the chance of working in a healthcare research organization and lead a large team in the operations and data science area. So I'm talking, I 100% agree, technology is a key, but there is also other aspects that I want to a little bit focus on today, especially for women. I do try to do a lot to advance women in their careers and move them forward and really encourage them to do. And one of the things that I've been seeing a lot for very talented women in many, especially in technology, is the imposter syndrome. This is something that I want to talk about as a recognize it for 2024, recognize it that we all have it. I do have it. Everyone has it at any point in time, and really think about it, what it really is. So for those of you who are calling in and listening, imposter syndrome is really doubting yourself whether you can do it, and when people are going to find out that you are not fit for whatever you are doing. So if you get promoted, when they're going to find out that I probably shouldn't have had that promotion, or if you have to go on a stage and you're going to be, oh my goodness, how it's going to be. So there's that self-doubt continuously coming in, which especially for women, it's very detrimental and doesn't help when it comes to being a leader, being a servant leader, starting a business, moving up in a corporate America, and ultimately just having a very balanced and challenging and educational life. And I think we all strive to push ourselves in there. So to all of the women and men, but really especially to young women, believe in yourself. We all have a gift, and Dr. Tina beautifully said it. Identify what it is what your gift is, create a message. And I always say, do one message a year and go onto the platforms, talk about it, think about it, what you are trying to inspire everyone around. We all have different gifts, we all have different pathways. And I think sharing that with everyone, with individuals is very important. The second thing is, it's also recognizing. Very often women say, well, I don't know what it is and I don't know, but I don't want to do that. Well, recognize it's challenging. I don't think, if you asked me a year ago, would I do, I do a lot of public speaking at conferences, but podcasts have been brand new to me. And I'm so glad every time you do it, you become better. You know how you look on camera, you know how you should be dressed, that it's going to be, you watch yourself. It's not a fun thing to do, but it's a really necessary thing to do in order to grow, but also create that personality, create that persona. And to the marketing budget, these are things that can be put in, but also it allows you to really promote yourself. And I think as part of the imposter syndrome, we all don't do that. Women don't promote themselves. And ultimately, we lose in promotions, we lose in opportunities to advance, we lose in wages. Do we ever think that that aspect holds us back? We keep saying there's $80 to 80 cents to a dollar. But I think it's in our hands for all of us to change that. So recognize that aspect, that by allowing something like imposter syndrome, or allowing to say to yourself, oh, I'm not good enough, it's gonna ultimately withhold you in every aspect of your life, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your professional life, whether it's your leadership life, your public speaking, whatever that may be, voluntary opportunities that you're doing. So I encourage to all of the young women and anyone listening, give yourself the credit, say, I recognize I might not be the best in everything, but there is a pathway forward, and really go with it. The second thing is, which we as women don't think about this, and I highly recommend this, we all gonna fall down. We all gonna trip. We all gonna have a bad podcast. We all gonna have someone make fun of us on Facebook or whatever that might be. We might not have a good day at work. We might not have a day at conference or in meeting people. It's okay. It's okay to say, redefine what success is, and redefine to what importantly is what a failure is, and say failure is just a stepping stone to getting to the place you want to be, and really think about it, really embrace that. And if you fall down today, okay, no problem. Tomorrow, you know why you fell down, think about it. I heard someone, I was at a conference, women conference in technology on Friday, I was listening in, and someone said, women spend too much time crying about stuff and don't move. And she said, if you have to cry on the failure, on that one misstep, in the many missteps you're gonna do, cry that night. But tomorrow morning, wake up, put your face up, put a smile on, put a makeup on if you feel that's gonna make you feel better, and go for it. So allow yourself to mourn, whatever that needs to be, to heal your body, heal your soul, heal your spirit, but wake up with intention to overcome whatever that is that is there. So whoever was talking in your previous sessions about intention, I think we also have to have intention to allow ourselves to grieve, but then move on and really recognize that piece. And the final piece that I would say is, surround yourself with individuals that will really help you understand what it is that you need and bring them into your network. What I being in professional life, what I've seen, women sometimes are the worst enemies of ourselves. It's not really men sometimes that are putting away what we need. It's really women having that. So for all of the women listening, we need to be sisters. We need to come in together. We need to pull each other up. So for all of you who are in a position where you can pull someone up, please push them up, because imposter syndrome happens when you try and you continuously fail and no one tells you how great you are. So pull someone in, nominate them for an award, ask them to come to a conference with you, do a presentation, sit down with them, share your stories and really uplift them, because I think we don't think about it, but that's where we can make a biggest impact we can make, and really help someone move up and recognize that they can be the best they can be. And I'm going to give you an example. On Friday, many women were recognized for Women in Tech awards, global awards, and I was one of the recipients of the award, and I was very happy for that, very pleased and honored. But I also nominated a few women from my organization. One of them actually got the award, and interestingly, she put in on LinkedIn, when I said congratulations, I'm proud of, she said, if you had not pushed me, I would have never seen how great I am. And I think that is what it's important to really think about that. So this is really from me. Think about the imposter syndrome, recognize or rephrase how you're gonna what failure is, think about promotion, recognize that we as women have to do this. And then ultimately, if you are in a position where you can bring others, do that. If you are the one that need to be uplifted, figure out who can be your stewards, who can help you, and and being really truly kind and genuine to you, and bring you along for the trip. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Pastor Kelly.
Okay. Wow, I'm getting so much out of this. I love it.
Yeah, that's good.
I know I've missed some of them, so I'm going to try not to repeat some of the things that you said, even though we all say them so differently. We receive it differently.
Yes.
And so I just thank you ladies for doing this. It's inspiring because I'm one of those people that struggle stepping out, and watching you guys step out and say, we're doing it anyways. And whoever hears it, when they hear it, we're just going to do what we know to do. And that really inspires me. So I thank you ladies for doing this. I would say the first thing is passion. I talked to an older woman not too long ago, and she said, I've decided I don't know how much time I have left, but I'm no longer doing anything that I'm not passionate about. And I thought that was so great. It's like, do the things that you are really passionate about. Don't waste so much time on all the other things. Make sure that you are passionate about what you're doing, pushing the right cart, the one for you. The second thing that kind of you touched on already is alignments. Alignments matter. Like they say, you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And you have to look at that. I've told myself many times, it's Christian math, right? You have the people who add, subtract, multiply, divide, and you got to decide those people around your life, who are they? Are they adding to your life? Are they subtracting for your life? Are they bringing multiplication into your life? Or are they causing division in your life? You got to decide who they are and know that your alignments matter, who you surround yourself with. The third is, to me, is focus. Focus. You have to be intentional how you think, because what happens about what you think about is what you end up bringing about. And you have to pay attention to those thoughts, because your thinking is going to lead you. Why do you make a vision board? So that you will be reminded every day, and those thoughts will be surrounded of what you're seeing, so that you will eventually walk into that. That is our hope. That's our desire. That's our dream. But if you're not thinking about it, you're not going to do anything about it, and you're probably not going to experience it. So it's important to be focused and be intentional in your thinking. The next is hard for most of us, is discipline. Being disciplined. I can't tell you how many leaders try to lead people and they have zero discipline in their own lives. They are telling people what to do, but they are not living it out, and they're not experiencing success themselves because they themselves are not disciplined. It's really important. You can't take people where you're not willing to go. So it's important to have to live a disciplined life. And those are your daily decisions, daily choices towards your destiny or towards your purpose. The next one is purpose, knowing your why you do what you do. Because if you're doing it for validation, if you're doing it to feel better about yourself, if you're doing it for all the wrong reasons, when it gets hard, you're going to give up. And you have to know your purpose. Why you do what you do matters. Thinking that it's easy is going to trip you up, because nothing is easy. They say choose your heart. It's hard if you give up. It's hard if you don't, regardless. The great thing is that God's called you to do something, whether it's in the church, in business, whatever it is. If he's called you to it, he's going to get you through it. The next one is stay grounded. Don't become self-focused. When you experience success, immediately you want to either take the credit or think that you did this all on your own and give yourself all these. And it's great to feel good about yourself. I'm not denying that. But also remember to stay grounded, that you're not running over people to get where you're going. Teach someone along the way, pick people up along the way, encourage them along the way. The next one is remain a student. Somebody mentioned that. Leaders are readers. And so it's important to always never get to the place where you're not also learning, that you're also not wanting to listen to other people's opinions or listening to their ideas and being closed off, thinking you get to a certain place and you're only the teacher. You are always a student of the word, student of your craft, student. Like the life changes so quickly that we always have to remain a student. The next one, step into your destiny. Step means it takes steps, right? You're stepping. That means there are everyday, daily decisions that you are making towards your purpose. So when you make that vision board, it's not just the vision. It's like, what are the steps every day you're making? What are those choices you're making every day to accomplish that? It's not just putting it on a poster and hanging it up and seeing it. What are the steps? How do I make daily decisions to get to that, to the next year or half a year? What are those decisions being made every day? You should go to bed at night saying, what did I do today to get me closer to where I'm going? It's important. Those daily decisions are important for you to step into your destiny. Next one is faith. Don't fool yourself into thinking you're the only one getting into greatness. God has given you those gifts, talents, power to create wealth, but he's put it in you. You already have everything you need. The capacity is maybe what you need to pray for. God, give me the capacity to do the hard thing. Give me the capacity to learn. I never thought of myself as a great student. I always took average classes because I was afraid to get a bad grade. So I never wanted to risk anything, challenge myself because I didn't want failure. But I realized when you play it safe, you're only going to have safe things. You're going to have the average. You're never going to step into greatness if you're afraid to take risks. So have faith in what you are called to do. The last thing I want to say is gratefulness. Be thankful in every season, in difficult times, in every season, the hard times, the give up times, the frustrating times, the lonely times, every season, be grateful, because gratefulness and depression cannot live in the same brain. And when you get to that place where you're just ready to give up, start reliving those victories, start reliving those moments where, for me, I think sometimes like not feeling like a great student. I got into a Bible college that was so low in cost, a spot that, only so many people could get into a year. And God gave me favor to do it, favor to complete it. He gave me the capacity to do it, where I didn't think I could do it, but I was grateful. So now when I feel like I don't know enough, I think about like, wow, God, I'm grateful that in that moment where I thought I wasn't enough, you gave me a scholarship to go to a school that I always wanted to go to. So those type of things happen for us when we're grateful. Relive those victories in difficult seasons of your life. I hope that helps you, because you guys have helped me so much.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so Coach Janine.
Yes. Oh, ladies. Oh, my goodness. I said thank you to you, ladies. These are very, very good nugget. Now, we can't just let you guys just drop some very good nugget without asking you one question. We're going to go around again because we have a little bit of time. We're going to start with actually, Pastor Kelly. Pastor Kelly, can you be able just to walk us through like for your 2024, if you are, one thing you're going to implement in 2024 for you as a leader, and one thing you're going to also help your team to implement. And that's the question for all the three speakers for tonight. Okay.
There we go. I think one of the things I'm implementing is discipline. Now that I'm at home, not going into the office, and having to discipline your life is so hard, because I'm used to being somewhere at a certain time, leaving at a certain time. So everything around me created discipline. But now I'm on my own. I'm left to myself to decide what I will do with my day. And I don't want to waste it. So discipline is one of those things I'm really working on. Like, how am I going to structure my day so that it benefits what I'm called to do? The next thing, what was the second thing?
And what would you help your team to also implement as well?
I think for me is communication. I'm learning to be more open and bringing people into my circle of what I need. So I have to know who I am and who I'm not, right? And so I have to connect myself and allow people into my life who are not what I don't have that capacity, or I don't have that time or ability. I need to invite people into my life. So I've done that, invited people into my life to help me where I don't have enough knowing or know-how. And so that for me is my goal.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Pastor Kelly.
You're welcome.
Dr. Tina?
All right, the first question, please.
The first question is, what one thing you're going to implement for 2024 for you, and also in your business, in your ministry, in whatever, and then one thing you're going to help your team to implement as well?
Mine is delegation with a purpose. Mine is delegation because for so many years, I did it alone. And with God's help, He gave that capacity. I heard the word that Pastor Kelly said. He extended my boundaries and my capacity that so much I really got what I prayed for, and I got it really, really fast once I start really honing into what He wanted me to do. And so I have to bring in more people and trust the process, not holding on like, I hope I say your name right, Eva. Okay, like she said, allowing people to come in and help and trusting the process. And so for me, going on past things that happen, all right, past relationships, and bringing that and saying, oh, well, they might do this, they might do that. What if, that two-letter word. So for me, trusting the process, loosening the reins of control. Okay, I can't do everything. And so with my team that I'm bringing on and I'm actively training right now, I am duplicating myself, and I want to duplicate myself as many times as I need to so that I can work my so that I can work my God-given gifts more effectively and work on what God wants me to do versus all these little smaller things. And so I'm going to help my team so they will not duplicate my mistake. Feeling like I want my team to duplicate themselves. Meaning, if you are my VA, you need to have a VA helping you with your stuff. Okay, we're going to duplicate each other so that we can be effective. Okay, and so for me, mine, delegation, and when they're doing their job, give them the empowerment when you know that they do their job well, to be able to make decisions on your behalf on what they're doing. So if you have somebody that's there for podcasting training and you know that that is amazing, let them do what they do. And they come to you only when it's something above their head. And learning to let that go and let your team work, the CEO, the COO, the C-suite, let them do what they're supposed to do with their work. Let them do their job so they can free up more time. So that's me. Okay, I just put all my stuff out on blast. That's me. I'm happy that I am doing it, but I have to do it even more for 2024.
Okay.
Well, I think we are all somewhat in a similar patterns, but so I'm going to start with the team first. I really want to challenge my employees to further challenge themselves and come out of the box of feeling, okay, if I'm going to step outside of the box or the line that was drawn, then I'm going to fail. And if that's going to happen, something else is going to happen. In order to have innovation, in order to be able for them to be successful, and for any organization, regardless of whether it's a nonprofit or others, it's always important that we not only empower, but we talk to them and allow them and motivate them every single day to think outside and say, while you have done it this way, is there a different way to do it more efficiently? Is there a new way? Technology is changing like crazy. Can we bring that in? And, you know, many people always worry that they're going to automate themselves out of their job. Well, I want to automate myself out of a job, right? I want someone else to be ready to take my position. And I think Dr. Hina was talking about the duplication of herself. Any leader, so for me is challenging them to do that, because I can't move up or take on new responsibilities and be moving up in my career if my team is not ready to be me, or to automate themselves out from their job. And I mean it not because they're gonna lose a job or anything. I mean it, it's a, with the moment when you know that someone else can do your job the same as you or better, or you are able to use technology to eliminate the human intervention, that's when you know you have succeeded and you moved on. So that would be my challenge for my team, but it's also a challenge for me as well. Now, assuming that I'm going to get there, what is the next thing for me? So really defining that motivation and that purpose of where am I going to be now challenging myself, because I have to step out of that box as well. Is it making more connections? Is it learning another area? Is it building teams? You know, for me, I interact a lot really in a corporate America, but also I volunteer a lot. I'm on a couple boards, and I'm a faculty member. So how do you bring everything together and really create where the best experiences can be brought in? And I'm going to tell you, sometimes bringing in too many organizations is very difficult and it's very frustrating. So my thing is slowly build that in and think about, Pastor Kelly was talking about building the steps, is really thinking about it. How do you go around it and build it so you can bring everyone together? So that's for me. If when motivate my team to step out, train them so I can focus on other things that can benefit both the industry, the company, as well as the nonprofits that I tend to support. So thank you.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Ladies are sharing, and also Coach Tina also will share, and I will share. Each one of you ladies, I kind of share one of my personal goals for 2024, and delegate. That's one thing. I really told myself, I started that, but I know myself, I have a long way to go. And also, probably you guys will be surprised, but it's really something more and more, I'm very conscious about that. I'm gonna narrow down. I'm gonna narrow down my circle. Because even though I already done that, but I have to do more, because I understand. Not everybody understand where I'm going. Not everybody is ready for where I'm going. So even though in my flesh, like in my emotion, it's very, trouble. Like I was like, but again, it's very clear now. In 2024, I'm narrowing down more and more. So there's a lot of changes. It's scaring me, but I have to do it. I have to keep pushing, because that's where I have to be. So again, I'm sharing that with you so you guys can hold me accountable. And also communication, with different teams. That's one thing that I'm learning different style of communication with different people, because different people need different things from me. And I never knew that before. I was like, well, yeah, but it came to a point where I really had to say this, okay, what's happening? But I have come to the circle. I said, Janine, everybody from this team, they need different things from you. So you definitely, that's why I'm narrowing down just to focusing on the team, that's really God has given me. And so I can be able not to be scared anymore, to really be there where God wants me to be. So that's something that I was, talking to God and asking God from some direction. And I said, well, I'm not really getting anything. And I said, God, but 2024, and say, I already gave you everything that you need, everything that, so you already have in you. So I was kind of shocked. I said, what? I was, expecting some new direction or new information. No. So to me, it's really a year of execution, and I'm just going to stick with that. So again, I'm sharing that so you guys can really know that we're going to be really holding each other accountable and making sure that each one of us who are sharing what to share tonight, we're going to continue to pray for you and really also be there for you, so we can be that support, that sister that, Dr. Avi said that, we need to be there for each other and lift each other. I said, well, you said this, last year, we really going to make sure that, you are there. And if you want to talk about it, you want some feedback, we are here for you. That's all really true leaders and servant leaders do. So I'm hoping that you guys are really enjoyed tonight, and also Coach Tina maybe can share hers, and then we can be able to wrap up for tonight.
Well, mine will probably be I take a lot of classes, more of execution. Yeah, because I do execute, but I need to not be so I like that imposter syndrome. That's it. Like that ain't for me, but yeah, it is for me. I'm believing in me now that I can do whatever God puts before me. And then delegation. That's a big one. Trusting people like to do things that I do and trust them to do it, and not take advantage. That's my thing. Take advantage or to not do it like I do it. And everybody has their own lane, and I need to give people space to be in their lane.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, I just want to say, if you can also follow each other here, you can follow each other on social media, supporting one another, that really be in contact, because that was also one of the purpose we did this for the global leadership, because we want everybody to really, connect with one another. So this is a space. Feel free to be able to message each other here. You guys can be able to grow relationship from this, 5 days. And if you didn't get a chance to listen to the replay, we have replays. You can be able to listen. I want to just say, Dr. Tina, please, you guys go to Dr. Tina's Facebook. She posted an amazing quote today, which I was like, what? She has like all this powerful quote that I was like, I love this. Like she has all these people. I was like, this is amazing. So thank you so much for doing that, Dr. Tina. That was a really aha moment for me. Thank you so much, Dr. Tina. All right.
Oh, yes.
Welcome. I told you we're gonna be intentional for 2024, Coach Janine. We're gonna be very intentional this year.
Yeah. Yes. Are you gonna speak to the audience?
Yes. See, I was so excited. I even forgot to tell people, for our French viewers. Merci beaucoup encore de se joindre à nous ce soir. C'était Coach Tina, Coach Janine, Pastor Kelly, Dr. Tina, Dr. Eva. On est vraiment dans la joie ce soir parce qu'ils nous ont parlé de 10 choses qu'un leader et servant leader va faire en 2024. Donc, nous sommes vraiment dans la joie aujourd'hui parce que ça, c'est le 3e jour. Demain, c'est le 4e jour parce qu'on va finir demain. So, je suis vraiment dans la joie aujourd'hui. Si tu n'as pas écouté les replays, si tu peux recommencer déjà à partir de vendredi jusque demain, parce qu'on a parlé de choses très importantes. Aujourd'hui, Dr. Tina a parlé de comment est-ce que tu devras être navigué parmi les choses que tu peux faire, mais tu dois aussi s'asseoir et écouter. En tant que leader, c'est très important que tu puisses écouter. Et puis aussi, Dr. Eva a parlé de comment est-ce que nous devons regarder, surtout en tant que femmes, parce qu'il y a beaucoup de différences entre les femmes et aussi les hommes, parce qu'on se dit que de fois, c'est nous-mêmes. On est en train de nous saboter. Donc, c'est le sabotage de foi. Mais nous devons, en tant que femmes, c'est valoriser. Ça, c'est très important. Et puis aussi, Pastor Kelly a parlé de comment est-ce que nous devons être unis. Nous devons être unis et puis de ne pas s'effrayer, de ne pas dire que moi, je ne peux pas, moi, je ne peux. Non, tu dis que tu peux quelque chose et c'est ça le plus important. Donc, en tout cas, j'ai aussi donné l'exemple comment est-ce que nous devons aussi se soutenir les uns les autres pour 2024 parce que c'est tellement important. So, merci beaucoup et regardez les replays. Thank you.
Thank you. I love that. Oh, I'm stop laughing. I love that though. And she said, "You're gonna learn some of this. You're gonna learn some of this." I said, "Okay."
You're a global leader, remember?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ladies, for coming tonight. It was wonderful. Y'all gave a lot of nuggets. We really enjoyed it. I hope y'all follow each other and connect. We're gonna make this a circle of sisters and brothers if they come as well, supporting each other and lifting each other up.
Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you again, all our speakers tonight. And please, if you can come back tomorrow night, because that's where we're finishing up. And we're gonna have an announcement tomorrow night, so it's going to be amazing to share. And you can also listen to the replay. And we really, really value, you guys. Thank you so much on behalf of Coach Tina and myself. Thank you again, and continue to be the truly servant leader you have. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Good night.
Good night.